I think I've established to the big cheese and his court that I'm no threat. I'm no threat at all. Look at me. I'm just a beautiful, angelic singer who has come to the court for a song and dance. I hop up on the throne and stab him in the neck.
We're playing Draw Steel, the game where heroes and dictators never miss. Our heroes have been entrenched in the bowels of Mischief City, where they have joined a rebellion of rats against the Big Cheese, a ratfolk tyrant. The Big Cheese wants to use chemical warfare on the surface dwellers to various effects. With the leader of this rebellion assassinated, the job of mobilizing resistance falls to the party. Watch as our heroes take action against the tyrants of the Undercity and topple a government of rat bastards. So, when the Big Cheese signs off, Nigel Boom takes a few deep breaths. You're all in his place again. You've all made it back to Mischief City proper. And he takes a few deep breaths and then smiles in, like, resignation. And he takes out this weird little vial of purple powder and just rips a line of it off of his paw. And he's like, well, I guess I'm dying today. And he flips the couch in the corner of the room, and all of the major pieces of furniture flip over, and the living room turns into an incredibly well-stocked bomb-making laboratory. And he just goes to town building the most dangerous devices you've ever seen. And this is clearly a rat on the edge.
I'll message Solari mentally. Should we let him do that?
I don't see the harm in it, aside from the harm he's gonna cause.
What if it blows up the town above us?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay.
What are you, some kind of coward?
No?
Good, because that's my role now.
Both. You hear in your mind a young, seemingly female voice cry out, and you get like a migraine from this. You're like stunned for a second, and like your brain really hurts. Everyone else, if they're paying attention, like all his like veins in his head sort of go dark a little bit for just a split second, and then
that's happening
through
the pain, can I try to establish a connection or identify the connection through the pain?
Sure. What characteristic do you use for your psionic stuff?
Psionics uses presence.
Okay, make a presence test. And I'll give you a double edge.
Oh, even better. Yeet. So it's 2. So that'll be a T3.
Okay.
Or T2, excuse me.
T2, okay. Yeah, you establish a weak connection, but it's still a connection. You're like getting every other word, so it's hard to really understand what this person is saying. But you get words like help, locked away, testing, I guess.
I'll summon my willpower into the word where and project that to whoever's talking to me.
Okay. Since it's a weak thing, a weak connection, what happens when you're strained outside of combat? Is that a thing or is it not a thing?
Okay, technically no.
Okay, so I'm gonna
really detect strain effects.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you not mechanically. You're not mechanically strained, but you narratively and like role play wise, you're strained until you can get a sort of get closer to whoever this person is, or you can choose to ignore it and just break the connection. So I'm going to say you have a Bane on tests until you get there. I think that might be fair. I'm not sure. Bane on tests with within reason that would use like your brain, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's better than base strain. That would just be me taking damage every round.
Yeah, no, it's not that kind of thing.
And yeah, I will maintain the connection. I'll look to everyone with like blood coming out of like the side of my eye, just like there's someone we need to get in the bowels in the dungeons. We probably need to hurry. Anybody have any Advil? Holy fuck.
Yeah, I got this.
Nigel has something.
Yeah, Nigel just, hey, come on, take a hit of this. It's good stuff, don't worry. Make you feel like you don't have anything to live for.
You know what? You should get a second line of that. Really enjoy yourself.
All right. Doctor's orders. He just goes crazy. He's going a little nuts.
What a way to live. So blissfully happy.
He is literally living as if it's the last day of his life.
All right.
So, Kvothe, you just got a distress call in your mind that made your eyes bleed, and you want to go to wherever this is? Are you crazy?
Possibly. Based on what was told to us, there was some human serfo that was apparently experimented on by the Big Cheese. The connection was female and seemed to be someone saying that she's being held or restrained somewhere, which makes me think it's probably that girl, whoever that is.
That sucks to be her.
Agreed.
Well, if they're in, I suppose, the palace of the Big Cheese or what have you, then we might be able to stop off for them, but I don't really want to go too far out of our way for some schmuck I've never met.
She's, when you asked where, right?
Mm-hmm.
She hadn't answered, so she says, factory?
Okay. I'll turn to Nigel. Do you know any of the Big Cheeses, either factories or manufacturing hubs?
There's a place right in the middle of the city. It's called the Turning. It's abandoned. There used to be a cheese factory.
Is it a, how to say, a big cheese factory?
It's pretty large, yeah. I mean, it ain't small.
Holy shit, I guess that's our destination.
That's it.
All right, you go on without me. I'm gonna, load up. I'm not gonna do anything unless you come back. But don't take too long. Day's almost over. And he twirls his pistols in his hands, in his paws, and then holsters them and gets back to work. He's just manic right now, building a bunch of bombs. So you make your way to the Turning, and your headache, your migraine, Kvothe, is starting to subside a little bit. And you keep getting, it's almost like static. It almost sounds exactly like static, actually, as she's, this voice is sort of constantly pestering you, trying to know, like, are you on your way? What's going on? That kind of stuff. And you find this really dusty old factory right in the middle of the city. and you find that there are some guards out front, but they seem like, oh no, they seem like beginners, very novice. They're not as experienced looking as the other rats that you have interacted with. Certainly not like the guards that were taking care of the protest. If that's what you want to call it. And yeah, go ahead.
I turn to the group and I whisper, I think I can handle this. And I will take on the illusion of a rat guard with a little bit of an upper crust, a medal pinned to his uniform, like a sergeant-looking guy. And I will approach this. Is it a pair of guards?
Yeah, there's a pair of them, and they're talking about. One of them's got this piece of paper, and talking to the other one, and they keep he keeps pointing with his little pencil at the piece of paper, and then the other one keeps shaking his head, no, that's not right, and then the other one, scratches something on it, and then they notice you when he puts the paper away, he puts the little pencil, and they look at you. Are you presenting as a male or female rat or something?
A male rat with a stiff back and a sneering expression who sidles up and says, "What in the name of cheese strudel are the two of you doing?"
Oh, sorry, we were just doing the daily puzzle. We were doing I'm sorry, we should be on watch.
A daily puzzle? You are an embarrassment to your unit.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. They salute you. It's really one salutes with the right hand and one salutes with the left hand. They're really sloppy.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
We will. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lucky for you, you have an opportunity to salvage your reputation. The big cheese demands more forces at the Grand Palace.
At the Grand Palace? Oh, but are we really high-ranking enough to go there? I heard only the toughest of us.
Wait. What is the name of this Grand Palace?
The palace?
The biggest cheese.
Yeah, it's... I actually don't have a name. That's up to you guys to come up with a name for the palace.
Wait. So you are telling me you had a name for all the things you have said before?
Yeah, I have. Except for the palace. That's where I guess I skimped on the names.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay, anyway, what were you saying?
Oh, good.
I got a name for it.
Okay.
The Dip.
The Dip.
Yeah, like cheese dip.
Like cheese dip. Yep. And he has a wizard in there that's the cheese whiz. Oh my god. Let me just change something here in the adventure.
In preparation for the upcoming campaign, utilizing the whiz, the big cheese is summoning many more guards back to the dip, and you have been selected by my graces to have the honor of being part of the honor guard. Do not disappoint me, Sergeant Ron Corporal.
Oh, the honor guard? Oh boy, that's a great opportunity. Yes, sir. We won't let you down. And they scamper off. They salute again, slapping themselves in the face while doing so, and then they scamper off.
I think I like this place.
You're just gonna live as a rat down here in Mischief City.
I wave the rest of the party over.
Yeah, that was it. It was just two of them. And the door to the factory is actually open. So they were really not doing a good job.
I'll skulk inside, take a look around.
Okay, yeah. When you like skulk around, make a sneak test, right?
Sneak, yes.
Sneaky sneak? Yeah. Okay. You still as this rat commander start sneaking around, and you see some more guards in there. There's like maybe 5 or so in there, and they're sat around a table and they're playing dice, and they even though they were distracted, that tier 1 result means that they spot you regardless.
Yeah, once I'm spotted, I stiffen up my back again and I say, "Surprise inspection!"
Oh no! Oh no! Surprise inspection!
Everybody line up!
Make an intimidate test, I guess.
All right.
With a double edge, since you look like the dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Rolling hot tonight. They're a little suspicious of you. They, just one of them is kind of suspicious. He seems to be higher ranking than the other ones. And he goes over to you and he sniffs. And he's like, sir, what kind of surprise infection are you talking about?
A surprise inspection demanded by the big cheese himself. Are you questioning me?
That was a tier 2 result, actually, because I gave you a double edge, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'll have you know, I am Sergeant Ron Corporal.
I can see that. But we don't have inspections here.
You don't have inspections here? Then what, in the name of the whiz, is this?
Stop using the whiz. Stop. I've given you a weapon to use against me. Why?
You'd like an audience with the big cheese himself, hmm?
Well, we were just playing cards. He actually stands at attention now, kind of instinctively, you know? And
Just playing cards on the big cheese's time in the big cheese's warehouse instead of doing your duty?
well, it's nobody really comes in here, sir. I mean, there's not a lot to do.
I am deeply disturbed by these events, and I must say, I am a hair's edge away from marching out of here straight to the dip and reporting these infractions to the big cheese.
No, sir, please, you don't need to, we can handle this on our own. And he palms some, something shiny that you see in his hand. Like, he palms it and he, like, holds it out to you. We can take care of this another way, right?
Ooh.
I pause and I raise an eyebrow and I look at what he's trying to hand me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like really sparkly rocks.
Are they like recognizable as a valuable mineral, or are they just pretty looking rocks?
Make a what's a like a culture test or something like that? Some kind of lore.
Right.
I think culture is a skill in this game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're society.
Or society, yeah. Either way.
My rolls are shit.
Yeah, they look pretty valuable. Yeah.
I must say, your talent for bribery is admirable. You will go far in this army.
Thank you, sir.
But on this occasion, I cannot accept this lovely little payment. No, instead, there is something else you can do to make up for this embarrassment. You
Anything,
will
sir,
take me
please.
to the prisoner.
To the prisoner. He says, to the prisoner, gulp. He actually says gulp. And he says, yeah, right away, sir, right away. And he kind of shuffles around. He knocks the cards off the table, tries to, he gets his uniform back in a better order, and leads you down a few corridors, down a couple flights of stairs, and into this like holding room where there are dozens of rat folk civilians locked in cells. And further ahead, you find a cell with an oversized occupant, a human girl who sleeps soundly. And he says, which prisoner, sir?
That one there. And I point to the human girl.
Oh, the Surfo. Okay. Hey, Surfo. And he throws a rock at her, and she wakes up. She wears a bright pink dress that has been dirtied by mud. Her hair resembles the style of the city far above you. And she has a very noble air to her face that has like smeared makeup. And her dress is like really obviously very expensive. And it takes you a second, but you're almost certain that this is Lord Saren's daughter, Gertrude.
Woo!
Yeah, the one held hostage by the Thorn Dragon, Dimondul. But what is she doing here?
My lady, what in the whiz are you doing here?
The soldier kind of cocks his head and is like, aren't you supposed to know that?
Oh, that's enough out of you. And I slit his throat.
Oh, God.
Let's go!
Okay, yeah. He's like, so what? And then, ugh. Yeah, and he crumples to the floor, dead. And the girl in the cage is like, oh no, now they're eating the, oh no!
Oh, I assure you, my lady. And I dispel the illusion. I am no threat.
It looks to camera, I'm no threat.
Yeah. It fucking cuts the credits and our Arcane soundtrack starts playing.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Art.
It's amazing. Yeah, she looks at you. Oh, thank goodness! You were you sent by my father? You must be. This is you're here for me, aren't you?
Absolutely, you are the target of this whole operation. I've come to rescue you, and I hope you'll put in a good word with your father for me. My name is Solari, by the way. I have some associates who are waiting outside, and they've helped me get to this point, but as you can tell, I'm the one taking all the risks here.
Oh, of course, yes, so many risks with these filthy savages. My goodness. Yes, they're like giant rats. I cannot imagine.
Yeah, very, very much like that. Absolutely. And their vernacular is rather appalling.
How did exactly? They have no sense of vernacular, of way of speech. Oh my goodness, that's almost the worst part of it all. How do they live in this filth? Oh, get me out of this cage! Get me out of this cage now.
Yes.
She snaps her fingers.
These are very interesting. Perhaps we can debate them later. I'm going to get you out of here. And I will set about unlocking the cage. First, checking the soldier for any keys.
Yeah, he has a set of keys on.
Okay. I will take those. And then I look around and I see that there's, you said like dozens of rat folk
Yeah, a
chained
bunch
up
of
in
them.
here.
Yeah, they look in a bad way.
My lady, do trust me. I have a plan here. I am going to free the rest of these filthy folk here, and the ensuing chaos that will arise from their escape will allow us to sneak out unfettered by the guards upstairs.
Oh, you're going to let all of them out? Oh, they're filthy. No. Oh my goodness. They're all savages. Don't you understand?
Unfortunately, Lady Gertrude, things are going to get a lot filthier before they get cleaner.
Oh no! And do you let them all out?
I will, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're all very thankful. They seem very malnourished, and like sickly. But they'll all leave. And as they are leaving, Gertrude will kind of very daintily, with just like her pointer and her thumb, just kind of tug on your shirt, like the cleanest part of your shirt, to try and get your attention. And she'll say, "What are you going to do about the other one?" The other one. What are you going to do about the other one? And she points.
What other one?
Yeah, she points over her shoulder, and there is this large vault door, similar to the ones you've grown accustomed to seeing under the city. And this door reads Gate 1. It is slightly open.
Oh.
You might want to have... I'm not sure. I don't know your skill. Obviously, you just slit that man's throat like it was nothing, like it was butter. But you might want to get the rest of your party here. It's very large.
Oh, I assure you, I could handle any threat beyond that door, all by my lonesome. I am practically unkillable. Solari says that, and then she has this like really distant look on her face, and like we get the semi-transparent flashback of being mauled apart. On second thought, I will discuss this matter with my associates, and we may or may not return down here for this other individual. Let us make haste towards my associates.
Oh, yes, please. And she extends her hand as though you're supposed to, hold it. But she's giving you, like, the dead fish hand, you know?
Oh, yes. Solari is well accustomed to, what's the word? Deceiving. She was a charlatan as her career before being an adventurer. So she's done, like, cons on nobles and everything before. And so she takes to this with ease.
Nice. Yeah. You return outside with the Lord's daughter. And she's like hiking up her... She's holding your hand, placing her hand in your hand And then with the other hand, she's hiking up her dress, and she's constantly making noises like, "Oh my, oh no, oh, this is dreadful."
My lady, I must ask you to be quiet. The act of subterfuge is going to be extremely important for our safety.
I'm not built for subterfuge. Oh my goodness.
You are stronger than you know. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. You are a princess, after all.
Oh. She kind of just groans. She rips her hand away from yours, and she uses now both hands to hike up her skirts so that they don't drag on the floor.
Okay, and yeah, we'll lead her back.
Yeah, you're able to get out of there pretty easily. The prisoners kind of dispatch of the very limited guards that were there, and then scatter off into the city.
Perfect. I give a whistle for the rest of the crew to come in. Well, rat bastards, I have in my accompaniment the object of our mission. Princess
Object?
Gertrude.
My goodness. I'm not an object, Solari. That is very disrespectful.
Oh, it was a manner of speech. When I say you're an object, I mean the brightest, most beautiful diamond that would sell for gold untold.
Oh, well, when you put it that way. She's blushing, she looks away.
And I look to the rest of the party, I just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
Is that everyone?
Oh no, there's the beast.
I'll kind of eye Solari.
It's still in there.
You didn't say he was a beast.
Yes, well, now I am. Solari. Oh, technically I didn't call him a beast, but I said he was huge. I said he was massive.
So what exactly is he?
He, it, she. I don't know what specifically what the pronouns of the thing are, but it was my first capture. I get captured a lot. It's sort of how criminals make their money, I suppose. It was that dragon. Oh my goodness, it was a dreadful creature. And the rats, they swarmed him one day and captured him. They bested the dragon, and I do feel bad now though, because he's the hostage. And I do sort of feel bad. He was nice. He was very kind to me. Always fed me and everything. Not like these savages, these rats. I haven't eaten since I've been here.
I know.
She
That's
starts
tragic.
crying.
Tragic indeed.
It is
Flowers, you're, I want to say, the moral compass of the group. Personally, I couldn't give a shit about the dragon down there. But what do you think?
A dragon could be useful, but our job is done here.
I very much agree. Now, I'm inclined to help overthrowing the big cheese just for the fun of being a little bit anarchic and overthrowing a despotic government.
Can I reach out with my connection and see what's answering, or if what's answering has become stronger?
Yeah, whenever you would speak, you get the sense that this is your connection. This is your, that Gertrude is your connection, and you see that, her eyes are a little bloodshot, and she looks to be, under the same kind of condition that you are.
She's psychic. Interesting.
My friends, we should participate in the overthrowing of the kingdom. This is quite an activity that I'm fond of.
What would be more interesting would be overthrowing it with possibly the help of a great drake at our side.
Now I'm interested.
And I'll end the connection for the sake of removing the strained effect.
Yeah, you see that Gertrude just sighs like, "Oh my goodness, I was having such a terrible headache until just now. Whew. I'm glad that's over."
We have a friend who can help with headaches. They have a special substance.
A special substance? Is it food?
No. I believe it's ingested through the nasal canal.
Oh, is it the purple powder?
Something like that.
Oh my goodness, I'm a bit naughty. I do that all the time to help with school and studying and whatnot.
Oh, that must work wonders for you.
Oh yes, I'm so smart when I'm using it. And she just kind of like stares off for a second, for like a beat.
Solari goes to the rest of the party and whispers. Do you any of you remember if the contract for retrieving mentioned dead or alive?
I'm pretty sure alive.
Yeah, alive.
Well, do we want to go speak with this animal, this creature, see what its ideas are? Yes.
I suppose we should.
Yeah, you guys go back down there. The place is cleared out. And yeah, gate number 1 is this massive gear door, like the one that you fixed and then blew up earlier in the story. And on the other side, inside this massive chamber is a maze of chains and restraints meant to keep a titanic creature bound and imprisoned. Chains, chains connected to the tall stone walls are taut against manacles strapped around what appears to be a massive collection of sticks and branches. This all seems like a strange waste of perfectly good chains until the bramble in this chamber begins to move. Lying on the floor in this chamber, beaten and mastered by the chains that hold them, is the greatest beast you've ever seen. The green and yellow eyes of the thorn dragon Themondul open and stare at you in a mix of surprise, desperation, and anger. And it sort of, in this very scraggly, deep voice, almost animalistic voice, says, "You are not rats. What are the creatures of the surface doing here?"
Well, initially we were going to find this princess, but seems the rats beat us to it.
You see that, like, he moved, the dragon sort of moves around and sort of thrashes a little bit, and says, "Rats, do not mention the rats." You see he has a muzzle on as well, so it's hard to understand him a little bit.
I kind of look back at the party. Should we maybe remove the muzzle for goodwill and then keep talking?
I poke my head out from behind Terberis, behind whom I have instinctively faded and cowered. And I'm shaking my head like, are you fucking crazy?
Great, I suppose, Themondul. What if we were to help you out of this space? We currently have a rat problem, as it were. And we were interested in deposing this rat group. Something that we might have a common ally in.
When you say that, his eyes dilate and then undilate, I suppose, and his for lack of a better term, his brow sort of furrows and then relaxes, and he says, you would help me escape?
Not for a price and your word. Rest assured, we are still aware of the creature that you are.
Okay. He says, price, word.
I'll mentally go back to Terberis and Towers, like, so what's the going rate of the downfall of a kingdom? Well, if we free you, we have full intention of taking out or at least deposing this man known as the Big Cheese, this red and white known as the Big Cheese.
His eyes dilate again when you say the Big Cheese.
If you were to assist us in eliminating this threat, the price that we would probably ask of would be for you to leave and not to bother the space ever again.
Make a persuade test. Or I guess it would be make a presence test with a double edge. Whatever skill you want. Probably persuade.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
By itself, T3.
He says, "You have this dragon's word." And when he does, all of the cracks, all of the wounds in his body start to glow yellow and green. And you feel this weight on you all as if fate is interfering. And then it passes. The lights dim. And you get this sense, anyone who has, knows a lot about magic and magic lore, so probably towers, and maybe Kvothe, you would kind of recognize that there is some kind of higher power intervening here.
How about Timescape? Another planet.
Timescape. Yeah, sure. They're yeah. You know that there's some kind of higher power. That dragons. You remember reading somewhere that a dragon's word means a lot. Yeah, there's a bunch of chains all over him. It's gonna take a little bit of time to free him.
Before
I teleport him out.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
I'll ask her. I'll ask Towers to give me 1 second, and I'll mentally tell him. And my price is I need to ask you a couple of questions later once this is resolved.
He nods or otherwise gives a physical gesture of understanding and approval.
Beautiful. Sorry, Towers, go
I
ahead.
like to imagine that you teleported him out, and then Kvothe was like, "Wait, hold on, wait," and then you teleported him back in. And, he stretches. I keep using he. I don't know. I guess they stretch their limbs out and roar this mighty roar, and they give this breath that covers one of the walls in thorns and bracken. And they sort of lean their head down and almost adorably kind of nuzzle up to you. Almost looks like nuzzling up. I'm not sure. It's kind of it's weird to get the body language of dragons. Maybe it doesn't translate 100%, you know?
I can empathize or use the nature skill or empathize skill on what he's doing, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Or they doing. I'll use reason. Why not? For funsies.
Nice. Rolling hot now. It just looks like maybe a gesture of trust. You know? Like there's trust and a connection. Like whatever just happened whenever he spoke and gave his word, that obviously means something, and you are linked, at least for the time being.
All right. Who wants to topple the government?
I do.
Themondul raises a paw. And they say they look to Gertrude, who's kind of just been standing just by the gear door, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry about the whole capturing you thing. It was just it's kind of in my culture. That's what we do. We just do that, you know."
Steal away the princess.
And you now have a dragon companion.
All right, lead the way. Let's find the big cheese and all of his stuff.
He says, "We must go to his palace. The dip. That is where the lift is. They brought me down, and
Right.
yeah, he will lead the way, and he will he'll say when the dragon steps out, he basically flies through the entire factory, destroying it completely, and probably with you all on his back, so that you're not hurt. He creates like this thorn, dome around you, and you all get splinters certainly, but they're mostly harmless. And rushing from the palace are hundreds of rat guards, and he flies over to the palace and says, he says, "I'll take care of them. You take care of the big cheese." And he turns his ire to all of these guards and starts blasting them. And you see that the going up to the palace, the doors, they have these huge iron doors, and a bunch of guards just close the iron doors right as you get up there, and they square up to fight. And then there is this massive explosion from the door, and you see just rat bits go everywhere, and the doors fall with a incredibly loud crash forward. And you see Nigel Boom jump from the sidelines, blasting anyone that is still alive. His eyes now completely purple and emitting smoke, and he's just blasting them. And he says, "Come on, let's go." And yeah, so what's your plan moving forward? Going into the palace, because I've kind of thought that this would be a good spot for a montage test, so that instead of a long hard slog of a big combat in a palace, you just we can take a more narrative approach, because this is draw steal and not another game.
Did we get a victory for freeing the dragon and the princess?
Absolutely, 2 victories, 1 for each of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Up to 8.
Nice.
12.
Oh boy, this is dangerous. Okay. So, for this montage test, you're storming a palace filled with angry rat guards. You're heroes, though, and you'll make it to the throne room eventually. What will be left of you is the thing in question. So in this one, we're going to be looking for skills in the crafting, exploration, and intrigue skill groups, but other ones are also open depending on, what your idea is. So who wants to go first?
I'd be happy to use climb to get to, second story work, climb up to balconies or what have you, and find new routes for the rest of the party.
Okay, climb. All right, yeah. This would be not reflex, not dexterity. The other one, the other word, that one, which one.
Agility.
Agility, that's right. Oh yeah.
There we go. I finally got a good roll.
Yeah, easy as. You are able to climb up, and just as you climb up to this balcony, you see 2 guards talking. It's the same 2 guards from the outside of the factory, and they're doing their little Sudoku or whatever. And it's actually called rat Doku. I didn't think of that before I said it. I don't
Jesus
know if
Christ.
that was said. That. Yeah, it's rat Doku, and they're like, "Oh, I finally solved it!" And then you just slit both of their throats as you start moving through there.
Sergeant Ron Corporal sends his regards.
Oh no! Did we fail?
You disappointed him.
And they die sad. And that is one success. So that is Solari using the skill.
Does this castle has a moat?
A moat?
Yeah.
Sure. If you have a cool
Because,
idea
you
where there's a
know-
moat, sure.
Everyone has seen me teleporting, but not everyone has seen me swimming, and I have the swim skill.
The drawbridge is down, but Terberis goes in. No, I'm using my swim. I can swim, guys. I've told you this whole time I can swim. I'm gonna
Yes.
swim.
He weighs like 1,500 pounds.
He
and
does. He's a
swims.
statue, but he's gonna try and swim. All right, yeah, go ahead. You're gonna swim. How? Before you roll, what is like? How is this actually helping you move forward? And well, I guess it's helping you move forward literally,
because
but it's
mode distribution. Like they usually put an unguarded position where the water is strong and has a lot of water. But I can swim, so they never expected a big teleporting statue, being able to swim into the weak points of this fortress.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, you take them by surprise. From you pincer them a little bit, I guess.
I swim with might, right?
Might or agility, whichever one is higher for you.
Yeah, might. I'm a big statue.
I'm a big statue. Oh yeah, easy money. Yeah, you swim up, and they don't even believe it. When you're not trying to be stealthy, but that's not the point, because it's the best distraction that the rest of the party could possibly hope for, because the rats are like, oh yeah, we got them pinned down right here. They have to only go here, like one way through, and then Terberis, you just go like just barreling through, swimming very elegantly through the water, and just take out the two who were very, very confident.
I put an image on the Discord channel for visual aid.
Or you're like a skipping stone, where you just like
Oh my god.
barely touch
Yes, like a skipping stone. Oh my god.
the water. He does it so fast that the guards on the other side, they just blinked and he was on the other side.
Okay, I have an idea. Have any of y'all played Titanfall 2?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
You know that one execution where you teleport it inside of someone and then they blow up?
Yes.
The phase execute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a thing.
Can I use my Can I use my magic skill to do that to some guards?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Magic. This is so cool. Dang, you're just spanking these rats. Jesus. Magic. Okay. Yeah. Success. What does this look like, Towers?
I'm just doing backflips and cartwheels towards a squad of guards, and then suddenly I'm gone, and then the leader of the squad of guards is convulsing and grabbing himself, and he just explodes in a cloud of fur and blood, and it demoralizes this squad of guards.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah, he screams out as if possessed by a demon, and then explodes Oh my god, that's awesome. It's a great use of magic for a teleporting elementalist.
Towers like fluorescent colors and like pretty lights and stuff, just
Yeah.
drenched in blood.
And I don't think you like skip a beat. I think you're just back to cartwheels and backflips and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
100%. That's awesome. All right, Kvothe. Up to you.
I will simply be using my mind connection as well as my perfect clarity and such to keep people alert, as I will be pointing things out and guiding everyone else through what they're doing. So I'll use alertness to keep track of what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, tier 2, yeah.
Yep, me too. Just kind
Yeah,
of directing everyone around and passing messages to people if I see something.
Yeah, absolutely. You are, we don't actually have a tactician here, but in this instance, you are acting as though you are a tactician. Like, nope, right over there. Oh, yep, you, Towers, you should teleport inside that guy next. And then, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're on fire. This is nothing. 4 successes. No failures so far.
He said it now.
Oops, sorry.
No, it only counts. It's only bad if we say it.
That's true. So don't say it. Don't say it.
I can go, I guess, just because in conjunction with directing everyone around, I'll use the disguise skill to disguise my voice. That I'll every now and then interfere with the rat's orders and make it sound like their commanding officer is saying something that he's not.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that would be presence-based, certainly.
Oh, still tier 2.
Still tier 2, yeah. Some of the soldiers are, like, looking around, and they don't even, They pause for just the briefest of moments as Solari just, leaps down from the balcony and just slices their throats again. Maybe Terberis just punches one of their heads off because he has, he's just a statue. And who's next?
Well, now that I have swum into a weak position, I can I try to intimidate a group of creatures that I have surprised
Sure.
with my mighty swim?
Yeah, with your you swim over to you're trying, so you take out two of those guards and then you turn to another group and try and intimidate them. Yeah, sure. Roll away.
With presence, right?
Yeah,
Presence?
presence.
Let's see. Tier 2.
Still tier 2, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you swim up after that amazing swim. You're now like this sopping wet statue, I guess. Or can statues be sopping wet? I don't know. You're a wet statue, and you just look at them, and your mere glare has them turning away, dropping their weapons, and like they hold their hands up in the air and then run around in circles and then crash into each other and then fall down and then run in opposite directions, and almost like they're like cartoon characters.
I'd love to build upon that intimidation, and as we're making our way through the dip, I would like to be the shadow in the rafters, who finds these patrols along the way and tries to scare them off using the perform skill, and I guess a little bit of like sneak and hide and stuff, but mainly perform, as this. What I'm intending for is it's like sourceless voice haunts the halls. An angelic voice, but she's singing a dark lullaby, very much like the Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, one of those lullabies. and just like creating this absolutely like horrifying nightmare atmosphere for the goblins in our path.
The rats, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah, the
To get
rats.
this, they're all the same, the little ones, you know, they kind of all blend together. Yeah, absolutely. You're like this haunting, horrifying ghost type figure, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
using a bit of illusion magic from the
Yeah.
College of the Harlequin to amplify that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, you scare away a bunch of them. There's this whole room, and you're a little bit ahead of the party, and they have this one commander who is like ordering them around. They have a bunch of these tables flipped up for cover, and they're about to just snipe the hell out of the rest of the party. And you take this opportunity, and you let out like a. I don't know what do you say to make them all run away, basically.
It's not even like a word. She just begins this at first like this angelic call, which morphs into like a banshee shriek.
So it's like Obi-Wan scaring off the Sand Raiders or whatever in A New Hope.
Exactly like Obi-Wan scaring off the Sand Raiders.
Incredible. Amazing. That is 7 successes. Towers, did you want to throw another one in there just for fun?
I was gonna see if I could get an insta victory by using no more than a breeze.
Yeah, this is the one where you turn into
I can walk through solid matter.
Yeah, that's cool. How are you using this?
I imagine like at the very end, Big Cheese's throne room door or wherever we're headed to is shut, and I just go behind it and remove the bars.
Yeah, absolutely. You do that, and you see in this chamber there's like a bunch of rat folk in there already, to fight. And you take the bars off, and they all start to like they all cock their heads. They're not too bright, and they like look like what's going on? And then you're not invisible, are you? You're just
No,
Okay.
I'm just made of a shadowy, wispy paper.
cool.
It looks like.
Cool. They're like, wait, what's going on? That's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know why the bar's going, but okay. And you all get a total success. You manage to get through the entire palace barely taking any hits. You gain 3 victories.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. If we take a respite now, we'll be able to level up.
I guess pause.
yeah. Pause the game. Hold on. It's the last battle here.
Mr. Big Cheese, tear down your factories.
So you enter the throne room, a stately chamber that has seen better days, but does resemble the throne room you started this adventure in just a few miles above you. Beyond the chamber and off the map to the north is an impressive lift system. It looks to be able to fit a lot of people on it. In between you and the lift, however, are dozens of rat folk who are chomping at the bit to attack. They are held at bay by rat folk far away from you. Sitting atop a throne made of cheese and about 3 sizes too small is the one and only Big Cheese. Around him are several rat folk who are pointed their blades at you lot. The Big Cheese finishes the bite of cheese in his mouth and laughs. You have made your mark on the city, haven't you? What do you want? And you have 2 options here. You can either enter into a negotiation with the Big Cheese, or you can just fight your way through this.
Do these guys look minionatic?
Minionatic. Yes, they do.
Okay.
They look minionatic. Yeah, for sure.
Fight. Easy.
Your
It's
head!
only 136 of them.
Oh, really? I didn't even bother to count.
Well, and to be fair, he is sitting on the same seat that Ajax got punched into, so,
Yeah.
That's true.
we're all right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, my illusion fades, and I reveal my 10th level character, Cerberindus.
shut up. Get out of here.
This whole time.
Get out of here. Okay. So if you're gonna go with the combat route, the overall goal is to get Gertrude out of Mischief City, so onto that lift. If you can all get to the lift with her, you win the encounter. But you don't have to kill any of these minions or the big cheese, so long as you get to the finish line.
Is on the other side of the space where the window is of this map.
Yes, where that window is, just beyond it, that would be like stones and stuff, and beyond it is that massive lift. Yeah. And you are many squares away.
Suppose nothing should breathe here but us.
Perhaps we could negotiate, but by lying to him. Perhaps we can weaken him and then do our teleporting rat bastard business.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that if we could, the object of our negotiation could be to get some of these minions out of here. We could be like, we have you surrounded. And he's like, oh fuck, I gotta reinforce the walls.
Right.
Yeah, hey, go for it.
And he brings more troops, right? I need to call more troops.
As we speak, Big Cheese, we are sabotaging your weapon stores, your rations, your entire base of operations is under siege. And all your troops are in here, lounging about, scratching their asses. You fool.
Is this a bad attempt at negotiation, or is this like this
Whoa,
is?
why
this
so
is-
judgmental?
I'm sorry. It was just an insult. That's all. Like I didn't hear you trying to convince him of something else. You're just. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
very
you're
true.
saying that like it's all falling apart for him, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you gotta act fast to salvage this. There might be
Okay.
a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, probably. Roll a presence based test.
Lies. Skill.
Is it a lie? Well, I
We
guess
do
it
not
is. Yeah,
have this
that's true.
castle surrounded.
That's true. Yeah, you're lying.
I have also, I don't know if it's going to come into play, but one of my ancestry features is Golden Tongue. I have an edge when attempting to discover an NPC's motivations and pitfalls during negotiations. So I don't
Okay.
really know how I do that. Instead of making an argument, I try and discover motivation and pitfalls. Is that how that would work?
Yeah, maybe. I think I have no idea.
Boom.
Nice. It's one of the motivations. You can learn one of the motivations or pitfalls. That's in Uncovering Motivations on page 239.
Yeah, let's go with uncovering motivations. So I suppose in my goading lie there, I'm trying to see what's his priority. Does it even give a shit about the castle being under siege? So a motivation or pitfall. Let's learn about a pitfall.
Okay. one of his pitfalls is justice. And I put under there, your sense of justice is skewed. Mine is fair. And it's, if Solari specifically, you're like a charlatan, right? That's what you used to be. So yeah. So you know that sometimes criminals and bad folks, they get their own sense of right and wrong for themselves, and so if someone mentions justice in the sense of like a knight's honor or a knight's duty, or like law enforcement of any kind, he's not going to react very well to that.
Right, yeah, so if we're like, what you're doing is wrong and illegal, then he's like, fuck you, I run this show.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
Alright, cool. I whisper that information to the rest of the party. Here's what I gleaned.
All right. Yeah, what do you ask him, what do you want, and he gives some kind of comment to give you a clue, an insight into that, something probably like we have every right to do what we're doing. Sorry, I'll do the voice. We have every right to do what we're doing.
Very good. Alright, who wants to take a crack at them next?
What other arguments do you have? Because so one person can take the lead and say these things, but you can also strategize and come up with ideas together.
Well, we pretty much need to get closer to him and therefore the elevator, and maybe clear out some of these minions in the process. So if someone has an argument for like, let us have this conversation face to face.
Could appeal to his sense of warped justice that we see it as. Maybe it is more just for us to speak in a more close and equal way. Actually, I don't know if he would view it that way.
Maybe if we're like appealing to a sense of grandeur, oh my liege, let us bow at your throne and speak to you closer.
Yeah, there you go.
If you'd like, I can just do that.
Yes.
Oh, most gracious and eminent big cheese, I see now the fine force of adamant warriors you've assembled here, but there's such a vacuous distance between us. Surely we should have this conversation face to face. May we approach your regal throne?
Make a presence-based skill test.
We'll go with persuade on this one.
All right.
Yeah, let us all step away from the mic and yell from the bottom of our room.
That'd be funny. Sure. Yeah. He'll say, oh, you flatter me. You can step a little closer, and he'll let you step. Wow, you're so far away. I'm just scrolling all the way there. You can probably move up to here. Let me unpause the game. There we go. So there's still a bunch of them in between you and them, but yeah, and you actually struck a nerve there, so...
What?
No, a good nerve, sorry.
What are the good nerves? You know when you hit your funny bone and it feels really good?
No, I never experienced the... Well, hold on.
I guess if you hit the unfunny bone, that would feel good.
So you actually hit on another one of his another motivation with that statement. I'm not sure if I should be. I don't know if I should be telling you exactly what it is. I guess you can't really use it to your advantage if you don't know what it is. It was power. So he will. And the caption is he will rule with an iron fist and a full stomach.
Might we step a bit closer? Maybe up to the central dais, so we might bask in your power.
Wait, I am also a noble, so I am used to these aristocratic guys.
That's true.
Yes. Wait, 1 second. Let me step away.
Oh, step away from his mic.
I can see, King Cheese, that you are a good ruler, for I am also a noble and I have seen my share of powerful leaders. I congratulate you in that reward. And we, my group, are happy to be here in your presence, your mighty presence. Wish we could be a little closer so we didn't have to yell.
I think that you are kind of asking for the same thing again, and I'm not sure if this tactic is going to work a second time. You know what I mean? Like even though you're hinting on a motivation, I think that
Right.
asking to move closer and closer is going to wear on his patience regardless. So I'm
I understand.
I appreciate that you walked away from your mic to say that. I appreciate the commitment. But
okay.
it's,
I will step closer now to see them all. And then I will yell again from afar.
Okay. But I think that if you're not really asking him anything different, so I think that's definitely going to hurt his patience.
Oh no.
If you phrased it a different way, if you have his power motivation, so you can use that in a different way. But again, I just asking, but maybe a little closer isn't really convincing of anything. You know what I mean?
Well, let me see. Mr. King Cheese, now that we are closer, I can see how you rule with an iron fist. And I, for one, I am pleased to see that, for I am too a noble. Now, friends, what else should I say? Because I'm pretty far away and I can read any note.
Maybe we can. Maybe you could suggest that maybe clear out some of this rabble in between us. You know, the peasantry, who are of course great warriors, but up the place.
If I am not mistaken, by noble and powerful etiquette, my king, the nobles should not be at the bottom of the far away from your throne. But au contraire, see, I can speak French. Au contraire, the nobles should be closer to power, which you represent.
Okay, make a certainly presence-based roll.
Okay, I'm here again.
Ooh.
Tier 2.
Tier 2. Okay. What does a tier 2 get you?
Very neato.
I do punch the air while I mention power, by the way.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, yeah. So his interest increases by 1, and their patience is decreased by 1. So yeah, he says, oh, yes, I suppose. Maybe a few of them. And he waves his hand, and this group goes over here. And this group goes over. Well, we didn't say get closer. He just said.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Hold on. That group
It's an
goes
after
over there.
image.
You have a
Well, in this case, a before image.
clearer path up here. Yeah. And yeah, he seems like he's sort of leaning forward and quite interested in what you have to say. And so he says, he waves his hand and then says, "What? Out with it! What do you want?"
Friends, is this a good moment to tell him we are here to topple his government, or should we get?
Topple his government.
I
Do we
think he
want
already
your
knows that.
head?
Well, actually, maybe we just ask him if we can use the elevator. And merely by getting to the elevator, we'll be in a position to, 1, get the fuck out of here, and 2, strike at him from the back of the chamber.
Ooh, I like that idea. We were just leaving.
Might I entertain your court, Big Cheese, to allow us the esteemed honor of using your famed excellent elevator there behind you? I would love to grace your court with an angelic performance. I myself am descended directly from the angels.
Okay, make a roll. Presence-based roll.
And I'll start singing and just like
Okay.
actually launching into it. So I'd like to use perform.
Okay, sure.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have, he leans forward and he's actually, like, ensconced in your performance, and he waves the other rat folk out of the way and like beckons you forward. So you're able to move up a little closer, probably to here, the middle.
Whoa. Nice.
Yeah, I'll have these
Excellent.
guys go over here. Move out of your way.
The acoustics in here are brilliant.
Yeah.
This is definitely where I'll magically record my next album.
I will say this about this. No, wait. I will say this about you, King Cheese. This is truly a magnificent palace. And I have seen my share of palace, by the way.
He says, he says, "Oh, I know." Sort of, sheepishly waves his hand.
My friends, I think that if we run for it, at least one of us will make it alive.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got. So I'm sorry about that. That's not what he says. He beckons you there, and then, Solari, did you say that you wanted to use the lift?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, for services rendered, perhaps we can use your beautiful lift.
Okay. Yeah, and so then he beckons you further. These troops, he's still kind of wary, obviously. Like, these troops aren't just gonna, like, let him go there. Like, they're gonna protect him, right? But he says, "Oh, yes, go up to the city. Yes, just don't tell them about what we're planning down here. You know. I'm sure you know what we're doing."
Oh, of course, and we would never tell them. As a matter of fact, I detest the Surfos so much. Down here, I mean, the culture, the regime is just... Mwah.
Yeah, that's another motivation. I mean, it doesn't matter because you've hit 5, but yeah, that's the icing on the cake, and he smiles and says, "And you can even bring your rebel scum with you." Exactly. Gee, I love fascism.
Cameron,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say that.
you can't say that.
I can't. I'm sorry. Not in today's climate. And Nigel, all the while, has been like looking to all of you. He is very high on drugs, and he's like gripping his pistols, and he's ready to attack. So unless you guys intervene, I think when he like gets close enough, he's gonna blast this fool.
Hold on, Nigel. Just another few moments. Let us get on the elevator, and then we'll get him from behind.
He make a persuasion or something.
Wait. Okay. Do you have the skill persuasion? Perhaps I can intimidate him.
I do, but you're more than welcome to intimidate.
No, but if you have persuasion, it's the same. You can roll.
Oh, well, maybe you can intimidate and give me an edge.
Can
Ah.
I
I could try to do that.
Renee?
can I blast him with a non-lethal ray of agonizing self-reflection so he can think about his actions more?
Sure, I'll give Solari a double edge on trying to convince him, because he is both getting intimidated by Terberis and he's getting he's kind of looking into a magical mirror and looking at his self. He's coming down. Maybe this is gonna make him come down off that high.
Or is it going to turn into a bad trip?
No, maybe.
Okay, double edge.
Oh, easy peasy. Yeah, he bites his tongue. He holds, but there's only so much you can do. He's going to attack. It's just you've kind of held him off for now. And yeah, you can get through there. The big cheese, right here. He even has one of his guards pull the lever, and he says, "Oh, I hope the Lady Gertrude has a safe trip up there." And he gives a knowing look to Gertrude, who looks down, like at her feet and stuff. And yeah, and y'all go up here. And as you guys, I didn't really expect this to work, to be honest with you. When you go up there, Nigel just says, he turns to you all, once he knows that all of you are safe, and he's like, I gotta do it, right?
Oh, absolutely, and if you don't mind, Nigel, we'd love to help you.
He wipes
position.
he wipes a purple tear from his eyes, and he just says, I love you all.
Oh.
And he says, all right, time to die, and he just starts blasting. And we can roll initiative. Oh, nice. Well, hold on.
15 victories, but 1 initiative.
Is this a surprise though? I think they might be surprised.
I certainly
At
think
least,
so.
Yeah, I think yeah, they're surprised. So that roll doesn't exist. Null and void.
Okay.
Does not count. All right. So who wants to go first? I think it's either Nigel or Towers. Is that how that
Sounds
works?
good to me. So someone else can go first, and I'll use my hesitation as weakness.
I'll go just to get my buffs up. Or if you want to go, Towers.
Nope. I'm good to mop up wherever y'all pick up.
Cool. Well, I have 11 insight, which is a word I cannot believe I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I have 14 insight. Oops.
Wow.
Very good. I will spend 8 of that, going down to 6. Initially, as I cast Perfect Clarity, so as to give Nigel both the elation of success as well as perfect understanding of what he needs to do.
Yep.
So he will have Perfect Clarity on him. His speed increases by 3. He has a double edge on his power roll, and if he gets a T3, I get a Clarity. And then I will cast Awe on the Big Cheese.
The Big Cheese. All right. You definitely have line of effect because this throne is not as pictured.
Very good. Well, 3 psychic damage, and does he have an intuition of 0?
What is his intuition? Oh my god. Oh my god. He has an intuition of 0.
Oh, so he's fine.
He's
good.
fine? Oh, I thought, okay.
'Cause he meets it. I would have to roll T2 for that, but...
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, for a moment
and
he
I
like
will-
shrieks, and then he's like, oh, no. Get them!
Then I will move on to the platform.
You, by the way, just in case anyone doesn't know, we have 4 hero tokens at the moment. I believe you spend 1 hero token, you can get 2 surges, and you can spend 2 surges to increase the potency of an effect by 1. So, yep, in theory, if you wanted to, you could spend a hero token, and he would fail that potency there.
I mean, I don't think I need it now. It's just fear.
Yeah, that's fine.
He can probably shrug it. But that is my turn.
Hesitation is weakness. I'll be going next, if you don't mind.
I do mind, actually.
Well, too bad. Okay. I think I've established to the Big Cheese and his court that I'm no threat. I'm no threat at all. Look at me. I'm just a beautiful, angelic singer who has come to the court for a song and dance. I hop up on the throne and stab him in the neck.
Oh boy. All right,
This
yeah.
was all a setup. So hop up on there. I will have an edge because of the I'm no threat ability and a surge. And I'll use my 5 resource ability setup. Oh baby. So the edge will take that up to a tier 2.
Okay.
The edge will take that up to a tier 2. Boop, boop. There we go. So that, oh my. Uh-oh.
Does my reason potency effect take effect?
Reason 1. The target has damage weakness 5. Save ends. Oh no. So his reason is 0.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh boy. Damage weakness 5.
Didn't you know, Big Cheese? This whole damn thing was a setup.
He frowns at you, and he says, "But your singing, it was delightful."
The proletariat sends their regards. And I will, let's see, that's 4. So I'll actually, will I do that? Yeah. I'll move there in case anyone wants to flank to the north. And then Nigel will scooch on over there. And with perfect clarity, he will...
I need you to roll a d10.
Okay.
Okay, he's fine.
All right.
On a 1 through 5, he was gonna charge and just detonate all the explosives on his body.
Oh my god.
That's gonna happen. Yeah, at the beginning of this turn. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. He perfect clarity increases speed by 3, so I think he's got 8 speed right now. So let's move him way over here. Yeah, there we go. Da-da-da. And he's going to shoot at the big cheese with an edge.
Do it.
Should have
Okay.
a double edge.
A double edge
Oh, double
because of perfect clarity. Thank you so much.
5 damage.
Oh boy.
Alright. He gets hit. Insufferable traitor! I knew that you were going to do this. That's why I let you get in so close. And he's like looking around like he's the other rats are like, oh yeah. That's why he's smart.
He didn't know shit. That's my turn.
All right. Well, it's gonna be the big cheese then.
Oh, remember, Big Cheese has damage weakness 5, so that's 10 damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. You are correct.
He's gonna use a maneuver. Inch to enemies. Yeah, he's gonna use this maneuver on Solari? No. 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 On Nigel and on Terberis. He says, let's slow things down a bit. And the room around you starts to slow. And we will see how he... This is not a... Oh, it is a... Yeah.
Whoa.
So, is your presence is not 3. None of your characteristics are 3. So, you are slowed. Save ends. As he starts to sort of slow down time a little bit. Just localized on Nigel and Terberis, because Nigel might rush him and kill him. That's his maneuver. And then he's going to use Cacophony. Oh, cool. Yeah. He's going to... this is 5 burst, all enemies in the burst. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everyone except for Kvothe. Okay, that was a great roll. 3 sonic damage and slide 1, and he gets to shift 1. I think he'll do... Actually, I think he'll do a villain action. Overture. 10 burst. Jesus Christ. And then each target shifts up to their speed or takes the defend action. So now, yeah, all of these... Jesus Christ, this is crazy. All of these rats just scamper right around Solari, and it does not look good for Solari. And the big cheese just laughs, spitting at you, and says, "Your time's up."
With my maneuver, I will cast No More Than a Breeze on Solari.
Oh, dang.
So now you ignore difficult terrain, you can move through solid matter, your movement doesn't provoke off attacks.
That's so cool.
Shit.
That's cool.
So yeah, on your next turn you will just get the fuck out of there. And then, so that was 5, I'm still at 13 essence. I'll spend 3 essence to cast Behold the Mystery. Yeah, so I just reach over, from my perspective, Solari is just a poster on a wall, and I just rip the poster off, and she's made of black, wispy, shadowy paper, and then the whole area that is just covered in that black shadow paper, and then they take 4 psychic damage each, and the big cheese they'll a total of 9 because of the damage weakness.
Okay, big cheese 9. And then
Everyone else in there will take 4. And their minions, so they'll double up on their respective squads.
Okay. So all of these die. All right. Yeah, you are on the lift. You and Kvothe are both on the lift. You it's this rickety sort of plank. And at the end of your turn, Towers, the entire throne room shakes. Like dust crumbling down from the cracks. Gertrude, by the way, is just shrieking and saying, "Oh, just leave them behind! Come, please! We need to leave." And she actually has her hand on the trigger, which would be right around here, like on the lever.
All right.
This squad will go. Move up here. And they will strike at you. Dagger dance as they look at your dagger play and they try to outdo you, Solari, and they stab at you. Oh dang. And that is 5 damage to you.
You've fallen for my clever trick.
Oh, you do have a clever trick.
That's gonna go against the big cheese and take advantage of his damage weakness. They're like, popping off with their daggers, and I just do some elegant dagger play of my own to send their strikes towards their leader. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness, big cheese, you've been betrayed.
Yeah, that goes right
And
into
when,
his... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he's already wounded. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's... That dagger goes right into his side, and he vomits out a bunch of blood. And he doesn't... Blood and a lot of cheese. It's a chunky blood. And he's... He sort of takes to one knee and then gets back up. I still have some fight left in me. He takes out the knife and licks it.
I'm going next. I'm going first. I'm going to use my trigger action, My Life is Yours, which of course is mine actually. And I'm going to spend 1 rat to end one effect to end this slow effect. So I'm no longer slowed. Then I'm going to use my maneuver to use Judgment. You know how it is. I'm going to judge him. I'm going to teleport. And I'm going to use my highest damage ability, which is...
If you teleport here, you can get an edge for flanking.
Sadly, I cannot. That will be 5 square.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see... Yep, my highest damage possible is Driving Assault, so I will be doing some Driving Assault. It was only a little bit of driving, but he takes 7 damage plus 2, right, for the push.
Oh gosh, yeah. So you push him right into this other. Well, what's his stability? He has stability 1.
Only push 1.
It's mostly in his gut, to be honest with you. That's where the stability is.
Right.
So 8 damage plus the damage weakness of 5. And if you want to use a hero token for some surges.
Okay, yeah, we have to use them because...
We're at the end.
Yep. Time to be heroic.
Yeah.
So I will use a hero token
By
for
stabbing the rat in the back.
Yes. And I still have my movement, so I will move away into the exit. I believe I will trigger some...
Yes, so you would take, 1, if you were here.
Yep.
Were you in, oh, that one.
Here.
That one. So you would take 4 damage from the 2 minions, and then
Okay.
you would take another 4 from the big cheese. As he takes that knife and he stabs you with it. This squad of minions is gonna move up here. I'm gonna surround you. Kvothe. And going
Oh,
to
no.
dagger dance you. So that's 2 damage to you, Kvothe.
And I disappear.
And each minion adds their free strike value.
Oh, that's right, that's
up
right,
to
that's
3
right.
minions.
So
Yeah. So up to 3 of them will add their free strike value to it.
yeah, 8 damage.
Very good. And I disappear.
Oh, that's right. They're like, where'd he go? Just want
Vanishing
to.
roll.
Okay. And then you've all gone, right?
Pretty sure,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So all these minions got to get into position. Yeah, they're climbing all over the surfaces of this throne room, and they just just double move. So it is your turn again. Again, I remind you that all you have to do, the rest of these rats are gonna flee if the big cheese is killed.
Yep.
Yeah, and you feel that the entire chamber shakes once again, and a few of the pillars at the far end start to crumble down.
All
I'm on
right.
dual.
I would like to go next.
Go ahead.
I will use my persistence to do behold the mystery as a maneuver on that area.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, that's 4 second damage to all the minions and a total of 9 to the big cheese. And
my God.
then I can use my action to cast that again. Same
Oh my
spot.
God.
Or, well, actually, I'll wait to see after how many minions are cleared out. And I'll do the second one right here.
Nice.
Ah, so close.
Close, yeah.
Okay, and then I'll spend a hero token to give 2 surges, so that'll be a total of 8 psychic damage. And then that'll be a total of 13 to the big cheese.
Okay. He falls to his knees and he says, please have mercy. As these other 2 minions die, he's begging for his life.
We're not the ones you need to convince.
Seems right. All right, Solari.
You want us to show mercy? Oh, you are so adorable, big cheese. I'm gonna try and kill him.
All right, you very well might do just that. Oh my God.
Oh yeah!
Baby.
That's amazing.
18 damage. I'm gonna spend the surge I got from using I'm No Threat last round to make that 20 damage. I will spend the third of our hero tokens to bump that further to 24 damage. How's he looking?
Well, he only had 14 stamina left. So, how do you brutally murder the big cheese?
Keep in mind you also look like a shadow monster.
Yes. Yeah, and so with one hand, I am conjuring little twinges of my own illusion magic to supplement your effect. So I look like this ghostly, winged angel with a dripping golden blade. And I say what I just said. And then I grab him by the head, like by the crown and the scalp with one hand. And then I slowly press the dagger into his throat.
Ooh.
all the way through, and she twists it because she's a rat bastard.
Yeah, of course she does. Yeah. Yeah. He squeals in pain. He, like, his entire body, like, stiffens, and then he slouches to the ground. And just as you do that, Themondul, the dragon, the thorn dragon, bursts through the ceiling and just takes out the rest of these minions and just starts eating them, ripping them apart, and just tearing up the place. And you see beyond the wall starts to crumble. The many walls of the castle start to crumble, and you see beyond into the city as there are fires being lit. They are just rioting. It is the revolution right now.
I think I'm getting the hang of this hero business. I will phase through the throne towards the elevator, chaos behind, and I give a look to Nigel and say, Nigel, if you want to go ahead and blow yourself up, you're more than welcome to, I suppose, but up on the surface, you might find a whole interesting new life.
He twirls his two pistols, and he says, I guess I'm not dying today. And he nods at the destruction that he sees, and he throws a few sticks of dynamite in there just for fun as he backs up onto the lift. Themondul also lands on the lift, blasting a ray of bracken and thorns that then catch on fire from the explosion. And Gertrude hastily pulls the lever, and you all start to slowly but surely start to go up the lift shaft there. We'll go into a bit of a cutscene here. So when you make it to the surface, you squint against the light of the sun and find you're in Cardined once again. Just a few feet away are your horses and the carriage that are still waiting for you to leave. You return Gertrude to her father, who rewards you in kind. Lady Amelia Diplom, who was the one who told you to go down into the rat-infested cellar, was found to be in on the whole scheme with the big cheese, supplying the king with test subjects.
Ooh.
Yeah, you are handsomely rewarded for whatever she said, how many project points she said, and then what the Lord Saren promised you as well. And then we'll cut a little bit later. So sometime later you are looking for more work in the local tavern, when you're approached by a dragon knight with a large and impressive brass band around his arm. And he sort of walks up to you and says, I heard you're the group who took down that rat king. Found a whole new city underground. Impressive. If you're ever looking for work above all of this, he sort of gestures to the tavern that you're sitting in, all the lower end heroes, as it were. He hands you a round business card framed in a brass ring. He says, get in touch. And things are looking up for your group. Maybe you just got a promotion. And that is the end of the adventure, you rat bastards.
Yeah.
You did it.
Bags under my eyes. Haven't slept a minute.
I feel so victorious, though. I'm riding this high.
How many victories do we get for killing the king?
Enough to level up.